Now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
So there I was, 1993. And the CEO of the company walks up to me and says, Phil, you know what I like about you? I said, no, sir. He goes, what I like about you is that you're coachable. And I looked at him and I thought for myself for a moment, what does that mean? The CEO of my company just came to me and told me he likes me because I'm coachable. And a lot of thoughts go through your head when the CEO says that to you. And of course, you want to seek understanding. As a human being, we're looking for validation, right? What does this mean? And how is this a good thing? And so I asked him, I said, well, tell me about that, sir. And he said, well, whatever obstacle or challenge we put in front of you, you ask questions. You try to understand it. You try to work through it, around it, with it. He goes, you don't give up and you don't get stubborn, stuck in your ways. You're coachable. I can look at a situation with you and say, hey, have you tried this? And you'll say no. And I say, well, let me show you how. And you'll say, okay. And you'll let me show you how. He goes, not all people do that. And so in that conversation, it made me think, what makes me different to make me coachable? And do I like working with coachable people? Well, yes. Ask any teacher if they like a student who's actually prepared to learn. The answer is yes. We like to lead people that are ready to be led. We like people that are ready to go. We like people that are ready to make things happen, who are present with us. They're in the conversation with us. Phil Zeller, Effective Communication. It's an honor to be with you to talk about this very important part of communication. When you're with people and you hear something, make sure you understand what it is that you're hearing. And when he said I was coachable, I thought, how do I want to process this? And so that night, he has no idea other than his interpretation of me, which he had every right to have as my CEO, the guy who signs my paycheck, right? But that night, I thought so long and hard about this, is what is it that makes me coachable? And why does my employer think that's such a wonderful thing? Well, he told me that reason why. But I asked myself, where did it come from? So I looked back at my life and I realized that in my life, there were a lot of experiences I had that I went into, and I was not prepared for those experiences. And life has a way of really humbling you very fast when you're not prepared for what you're walking into. Whether it be a sport, a recreational event, a business meeting, a sales call, whatever it may be, life has a way to humble you very quickly. And you know what I'm talking about because it's happened to you. It's not just me. You've been humbled. I've been humbled countless times in my life. And through that experience of being humbled, I realized that it doesn't surprise me anymore that I'm going to be humbled. So therefore, I just embrace it. I embrace that there is going to be change. There's something that's going to happen. And even though I did the best I can to prepare myself, and that's what Dale Carnegie says, do the very best you can. I've done the very best to prepare myself, but certain times I was not prepared for whatever reason. Maybe I was ignorant. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe I didn't study hard enough. Whatever it was, but in that situation, I was humbled. And I want you to think about this. Think about the last time that you were sick. You overcame that, right? How did you overcome it? Because you're here today with me right here, right now. So obviously, you have the ability to adapt and overcome when you've gone through difficult challenges in your life, or we would not be here right now. So you've been able to do this. So every person that's living has the ability to adapt to change. We have to be willing to open up to it. And if you wonder why we should be, let me put in perspective for you. This will really rationalize it out for my logical friends here. There are over 3,600 religions being practiced in the world right now. 3,600 being practiced. If one was right, why do we have 3,600? You ponder that. Next one. Here's another one. There are over 7,000 languages being spoken in the world. 7,000 languages. If one was right, why do we need the rest? So, as you can see, we can get humbled very quickly when we look at logic and we look at the facts and realize there's a lot of stuff we don't understand. That's okay. Be open to change. Be willing to change. Be willing to explore. And when you do this and you find out in your life that you can change and you can experience new things, you become coachable. People can coach you, you can coach them, and in the end, we will all grow together to help each other. Now go make it happen.